Hey folks, welcome back to Coffee Keyboard and welcome back to another interesting video. In this video, we're going to be discovering a new library. Even a lot of people might have not even heard about this library. And speaking for myself, I just discovered this library last week. So this is a very interesting library and this is known as Faker. So Faker is a popular library that generates fake but reasonable data that can be used for things such as unit testing, performance testing, building demos, working with a complete backend and more. So you can use this library to generate data. So let's take an example. You are working, you're building a website where you have a front end, you have a back end, and you want to create some user data to check whether your code can get and post those data back into the database. So you need that data, right? Maybe you're creating an employee tracking app or something where you want to track whether you want to see whether the employees are being posted and you can send those data back. So you need the data. So where you want to create that? You might need hundreds and thousands of employees data. You cannot create that manually, right? So that's where this faker library comes in. So you can use this library to generate fake data, but it is reasonable data. So we're going to be just diving right into this. There will be three parts of this in this specific tutorial. We'll be just first understanding what all you can do with it, what languages are supported, and then we'll be generating a CSV file of employee details. We'll be having their salaries, we'll be having their SNN, this is a security number, we'll be having their department, their job role and stuff. So it's going to be a very interesting video, so stay tuned till the end. And you'll find all the documentation and the code links in the description if you want to work with it while I am running you through the library. So the installation is very easy. It's going to be npm dependency, and you just have to use you can use npm yarn or pnpm. I'm going to be using pip install for this, so I'll just go to my Visual Studio Code here. So here I'm inside of my Visual Studio Code, and here I'll be starting to code. So we'll be just starting with by installing it. So I have my Coffee Keyboard here. I'm just going to pip install Faker. This is how you install it. Since the requirements are already satisfied, it won't show me much details, but when you are installing it for the first time, it will show you. It might take a few seconds to do. So let's just see how we can import that. So we'll be doing from Faker. I'll tell them to import Faker. And we'll be just initializing it here and saying fake equal to faker. And let's do one thing. We need to specify a language. So for now, it's going to be English underscore US. And you can even look at different languages that it supports. If I scroll down, available locales, you have different languages, and it will give you the output in the language that you specify. So that's very interesting that you can work on this. So after we have declared it, so let's just do one thing. Let's just get a name. Let's just get a fake name. So I'll do fake dot name, close the brackets. I'll go here and I'll just print the name. Yep. And I'll just clear this and I'll just click on run. You can see a new name, a random name has just been generated. If I click again run, it gives me a different name, Andrew Page. Then it gives me another name, James Jones. So it generates data whenever you want. So I did a fake name. So let's just say, let's do a fake job. So I'm going to say, let's say job equal to fake dot job. And then I'm just going to go down here and I will just print job here. Click on save, clear this, and I'll click on run. You can see designer exhibition display. If I run again, it will tell me Erin Mendoza copy. If I run again, it will tell me William Mackey estate manager. So you can see it is randomly generating data for you on your request. So the next thing that we're going to be doing is, it's going to be very interesting. We'll be generating a CSV file containing details. So I'm going to go to my example1.py here. I'm going to clear this out. So we'll start out by just importing. We'll do import CSV. Then we will import, we'll do from faker. We will import faker. And then we'll initialize fake equal to faker. And you want the language to be English US, and you can have it according to whatever you want. You can choose different languages that are available here. We'll go back to this, and now we'll be generating some data. So I'm going to be doing num underscore records. So I want 20 records of some details, and I can even specify the fields. So I'll specify the fields like name. Then I will have, let's say, an address, right? I'll have an address. Then after that, I will have something like a phone number, phone underscore number, and then I will have one small email, right? So I've declared this, and I will just declare, I'll declare a list here that will have the data. Now I will go into the faker one where I'll be doing for I in the range of num records. So I'll be going here, I'll be doing for I in the range num records, I'll be doing data dot append. It's already giving me that. So you can see I am appending the data to the list. So I'm telling it to create a fake name, create a fake address, create a fake phone number, and create a fake email address. So here we have created our data. And just for our reference, I'll just do print and I'll do data here just to see if our data is being actually printed. Let's go here and I'll click on run. Here you can see it's created. We have a name, we have the address, we have the phone number, and we have a fake email that matches it. So you can see this is how we can do it. And now let's say I want to put this into a CSV, right? So what I'm gonna doing, I'll just do with open. I will go here and I will name the file. I'll do data.csv, and I will have it in a write format so I can make changes to it, right? As a CSV file. And then inside this, I'm going to be doing CSV writer. You can see it's already done. So CSV writer, I want to write it to the CSV file and the fields that are going to be there, and I'll be writing the data to it. The fields are going to be the headers of the database that is going to be created here. So once we are done with this, I'll just print a statement saying database created, the exclamation mark, and I'll just clear this out. And I will remove this print statement here. We'll go up here, we'll click on save, and I'll click on run. The database has been created, and if I go to my data.csv, you can see name, address, phone number, and the email has been successfully created for all of them. So here you have seen a short example of how we can create a database of random details that you want. We have the name, address, phone number, and the email. Now we're going to be creating an entire data set of employees. Okay, so we are here now. So what I'm going to be doing is I'll be importing my CSV. I'll be importing CSV, after which I will do from faker or from faker. Yeah, from faker, I will do import faker. After this, I will initialize fake equal to faker, and I will have English underscore US for this. And the next thing that we're going to be doing is we'll be creating a new function that is saying create underscore employee. And inside this, I'll be passing the number of employees, and I'll be starting it. And then I'll be declaring a list that is going to be containing the data that is going to be there, or let's just name this to be employee underscore list. And after we declare this employee.list, we're going to be going inside a function, and we're going to be doing for I in range underscore num. And what we'll be doing is we'll be creating a new employee here. For each of the employee, we need to create some data for it, right? So I'm going to be doing employee here. And now what we're going to be doing is inside this, I'll be doing employee. I'll open up, I'll put it as name. And inside this, I'll be doing fake.name. So we'll be creating the data for all of this. We'll be doing once again employee. Okay, so this time we want a address of the employee, right? So I'm going to be doing address, and I'll do fake.address. After this, I will go again here. I will do employee, and this time I will have a job, right? So I will do equal to fake.job, right? I'll just add the bracket here, and we'll go down here. And after this, I want to have a email address of the employee, right? So I will do employee email is equal to fake.email. Okay, so now that we have created this, we created a name, address, job, email address, phone number, salary, and SSN of the employee. So now we're gonna go and we'll be creating a new function here that will be saying create CSV, and we'll be passing the employee list as a parameter inside this. And in this, I want to do a with open. I'm going to be opening a new file, calling it maybe employee.csv, and I want to open this in the format of a write format. And after this, I want to do as CSV file, and inside this, I'm going to be appending all the data. So I'll be starting out by doing a CSV writer, and inside this, I'm going to be doing CSV.writer, and inside this, I'll be passing the CSV file. Yep. And after this, we're going to be doing a count. We'll be adding it as 0. And for employee in the employee list, we want to say add the header. the header is equal to employee.keys. And after this, I want to do a CSV write, CSV.write. We're going to be doing a write, CSV.writer. We're going to be just doing it as CSV writer dot write row. And inside this, we're going to be having the header. So we're going to do header. So after this we have done, I think we are all good to go. So we will just add a count plus equal to 1. And in the end, we'll be just doing a CSV. We'll just come out of this one here. And we forgot to add a if loop here. So inside this, we want to do if the count is equal to 0. And I'll just tap this in. And the next thing that we're going to be doing is we'll be just writing all the rows and the employee values. And in the end, our function is ready and good to go. And I'm just going to be calling this one here. I'm just going to be doing this here. I'm going to paste this here as the create CSV function here. And we are ready and good to go. We're passing the employee list and the number of employees here. So our code is ready and good to go. And now you will see the magic of the Faker employee, that Faker library. It's going to be creating an employee database for you. So just go ahead and click on run. Oops. We made a typo. Okay, the job. Okay, just click on save. We just made a small typo. If I go ahead and click on run now, you can see a new employee.csv has been created. And here you can see successfully a name, address, job, email, phone number, salary, and an SSN has been created. So here you have an entire employee database created under minutes. So this is the advantage of using the Faker library whenever you're working on big projects and you require data, right, to test stuff or to practice or to do some unit testing and stuff. So this is where the Faker library comes into action. And this is the official documentation where you can understand, and you have the API reference, you have the guide of understanding what and how to do it. And I think this video basically covers everything that you can do with it. Basically generating data, what kind of data, and how to append it to a CSV file. You can even use pandas to append it to a database. So yeah, I'll be leaving all the code link and the documentation link in the description. If you found this video helpful, then don't forget to like, share, and for more content, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.